Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome back to Europa Universalis IV as Brandenburg, working our way through the mission trees as we are able to at the moment. Or in the last episode we were debating whether or not we want to integrate Lebec still, and I think I probably will, because if we look at the trade value, roll in so we can see it, it provides 86.1 trading power to the node, which is 18% of the provinces. And I think that 18% is worth controlling myself. Even though they have a pseudo-decent army sitting there, that would be nice to maintain access to. But I think it's going to work out well. We also have fully converted everything to Protestant and are starting to convert the things around us to Protestant. Hopefully that will continue to spread with some degree of efficiency. We would like friends in the Protestant League when that the league wars start for religion. For now, let's unpause. We've vassalized Pomerania recently, so they're a little bit grouchy with us, and we did this for the decreased aggressive expansion, which right now, if we switch to coalition, is about minus 44 on average with people. This is only 33, but it's 19. That's not so bad. I guess Poland's not afraid of us, which is fair. They're Poland. Regardless, we're not going to be doing much aggressive for a little bit. I would like, in theory, because I keep talking about the fact that we're supposed to be doing the mission tree, I should continue pushing south, but I kind of want to push north into Denmark more. And it would be really good if we could break up their personal union with Sweden and Denmark, because then they would be very powerful. I wonder if we can, where is it, covert actions, where we can, I'm going to pause for a quick second. Can we convince them to, what was it, diplomat alliance? Support independence. Sweetest opinion of Brandenburg. So Sweden hates us and Sweden loves Denmark. So they don't want our support in their they don't want our support to separate, which is disappointing because I really like to do that. And then if we ever did get into a war and we ever did win said war, we probably wouldn't want to spend the war score to detach them, because we would just want a couple of provinces. Oh well, we'll live. Down to 69, that's good. They still despise us quite a bit. We're going to have to work on that. Pomerania is going to be a really nice vassal here, because what we're going to do is we're going to use them to eat up this land here and this land here. And then that way we can integrate it all and save a bunch of admin power, which will be nice. If you integrate it, uses diplo power instead of admin power, and diplomatic power is just more plentiful generally speaking. We're making these guys like us, right? Okay, good. We will want to integrate them. We have a little bit of waiting time now. Actually, you are suppressing rebels, but is that necessary? Maybe. Unrest 4.2. Yeah. Unrest 0.3. Unrest 9. Okay. I was hoping to turn them back into drilling, but there's clearly some grumpy people here that are gonna, want to rebel. So we'll have to wait a bit. How's our income? Our income is 4. Our income is pretty solid. We could expand our trade route, or our trade fleet. Let's do that by another 2. We do have a diplomatic advisor, that's good. So we're maintaining pretty good averages here. Attacks on time, that makes me happy to see. And what do we got going? None of our ideas are completed, which is not ideal. Build a great palace. Build the palace, gain 10 prestige, 20 legitimacy, and lose 61 gold, which I don't have. Or don't build it and lose 10 prestige, which I also wouldn't be ideal because my prestige is 0. But you know what? My prestige has always been garbage, so we'll just go back to -10. It'll probably be fine. It'll probably be fine. Oh, we grabbed quality for a military deal. Interesting. We got going up here. That's where the ship's building. Yeah, let's maybe increase speed. Because we're in kind of a little bit of the waiting period. Unless something wants to come out of nowhere on us. We will... Generally speaking, it's better to push it up. Because it's 75 to drop by 0.2, which we almost need to do. Let's 75 admin points in 50. We're just going to use caution. That's fine. Actually, what would be really nice, let's pause for a second. Do we have an admin advisor who lowers... No, we don't. So be it. There's sometimes administrative advisors that lowers the inflation. I think I could pull and get influence there, but it's the inflation bonus. That's fine. What are my allies? This is what I want to know. I have 31 favors with Bohemia. What about Austria? I only have 13 favors with them, which isn't very impressive. I could spend 2 to up my trust with Bohemia. But I'm probably going to end up at war with Bohemia in the relatively near future. Wow, Austria does not like me. Why not? Heretic religion, allied to rival, aggressive expansion. But we are allies, right? Not making that up. We're not allies anymore? No. Well, that's awkward. When did we lose Austria as an ally? Probably when I became a heretic? I didn't notice that. Well. I got 31 favors though with Bohemia. I might spend 2 of these, or 20 of these, to up our trust to 60 so that they trust us now. Not, you know, super well, but they do trust us. And then we could actually drag them into a war, which I'm curious. They have 28k soldiers and 13k manpower in reserve. What about Poland? 24 and 45. Poland is scary, but because they don't have the personal union with Lithuania, they are beatable. Which is interesting. And I bet you Bohemia wants land from them. Yeah, they want a bunch of land from them. I'm grabbing these 2 as points of interest, so if a war did accidentally break out, I would have a claim to these 2. It is going to impact our relationship a little bit, because we will both want the same province, but it will be fine. At the end of the day, the relationship will be fine. But the nice thing with having Bohemia on our side is we can maybe, was that 25 and 30k troops, 33k manpower. Oof, okay. War with Sweden and Denmark and Norway is not pretty. They definitely outman us. But we could maybe do Poland. If I could find a way to go to war with them without going to war with a lot of other things. Which would be the key. Because a straight declaration of war on them would bring in Castile. Which, while Castile is a ways away, once Castile's troops show up, we're going to be in an awkward position. Because let me take a gander. 45k of troop and 56k of manpower. That's not a fight I'm in a particular hurry to be a part of. So let's pause, slow down. We have 200 here, so we are going to stop relation improvement. Let the diplomat get back, and we're going to annex Limbeck. Which will also help us control our vassals, because one of the things that you get negative for is relative power of all vassals to Brandenburg, 59.1%. So they have plus 44% towards their liberty desire. So getting rid of Limbeck will also help with that. Plus, we're setting ourselves up to grab another vassal in another war. And it would be nice to have a vassal to the south that I could use to start handing land to. And it looks like it's going up by a 5% progress towards integration per month, which is actually pretty decent. Yeah, 5%. We'll integrate that in no time. And we'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to try and remember when we're close to it. I want to see what a difference this makes on our trade node to, work out if that was a good decision or not. Pomerania is down to -66. That's nice. We're getting there. Just keep blasting through on speed 5 for a little bit. Because I'm very much waiting for people to hate me less. It's an important component. And it would be good to get these powers up. -7 Diplo power per month because of the annexing, but that's fine. New trade research, lose 50 Diplo power or another 10 prestige. We'll lose the Diplo power because I don't have prestige. There are penalties to being in the negative, like my global trade power is down, morale of armies is down. You can see it's a pretty long list of negatives, so we don't really want to necessarily hang out. And we're behind the time in tech again, so once again we're going to have to grab tech instead of ideas, which is... Oh. Okay, that's the integration finished. So let's go trade Lebec. So we are on 2.75 here. We get -3 diplomatic reputation for a little bit, and press 5 prestige. Gonna unpause. And now... Yeah, okay, now we're making 4.32, so that effectively doubled, well, slightly less than doubled my income from trade. So that was definitely a good decision. We're now losing money though, but that's because we gained an army of troops that we didn't necessarily want. We can grab quality idea. We don't want that. We want the tech. Yeah, so this is what's causing us problems. The Lebec army, which joined us, put us over the land force limit. So we now have 30 of the 28 troops who are allowed. So we got to get rid of at least 2. So let's come here and create new unit. We'll get rid of the pony and the 1 infantry and disband. Yeah, and now we're up to an income of 2, which isn't much better than it was before, but our army is bigger than it was before. And we have a bunch more ships. Let's see what we got for ships. Bunch of galleys and a cog. So we're actually just going to disband these. I don't expect us ever to be able to win sea wars right now, considering how small our fleet is. So there's no true gain there. Oh, people losing confidence. Our king died. We have a new king. Oh, I had hoped to get rid of him. I never had the prestige to get rid of him. Oh well. Ooh, our heir though, a 234 is a fantastic heir. He's a fantastic heir. Okay, well, note to self. I need to put our king, when our general dies, I need to put our king in command. So he can accidentally die. Drilling accident would be perfect. We're going to spend 81 of our admin powers to get our stability back up to 0. I generally like to be at 1. Being in negatives is unacceptable. Actually, can we just change him? We're just going to do that. King's in charge of the army. My innovativeness is still decreasing. We got to get some of that tech unlocked. It'd be really nice if we the printing press spawns with us. That would help us catch up on all our power issues. Ooh, and we can purchase a new ability in the Age of Reformation. I need to convert 3 more provinces to get another boost of points towards unlocking these. So what do we want? Institution spread speed. That is super useful. Ship trade propagation, so it makes our trade ships better at doing the thing, which is good. Prestige per development for missionary plus 0.0 or 0.30. That's good, but rarely the end of the world. War score cost versus other religions. This is really useful, especially later in the game. Blockade impact on siege. Nice under circumstances. If you have ships blockading, your siege is more effective. And I can enforce religion, so resistance to Reformation. But we immediately embraced the Reformation, so this does nothing for us. I'm going to take the institutional spread. That will help us out. Curious, how's Protestant spreading? Oh, and we got Reformed down here. Interesting. Italy is going to turn Reformed on us. But if we can turn the North Protestant, we'll be okay. It would be really nice to get... Yeah, it's a lot of little provinces so far, but if we could get one of the big powers... Where's religion gone? If we could get one of the big powers, like Poland, to turn, that would be the dream. That would be the dream. Rumors... Who are my rivals? Denmark, Poland, Lithuania. Wish my power projection was better. Not great. We're going to recall our diplomat. He's done the best he can with Pomerania, so it's at, what is it, -16. Because we have the improved relations maxed out at +200. Frankly, at this point, we just need all the negatives to tick away, which it will in time. Not much else we can do. The Liberty Desire, though, is below 50, so that's great. Are they already our religion? They are not. We'll have to change them at some point, but they won't do it because they don't actually like us. And we're going to send one of our diplomats. Where is he? Outraged countries. Stop beating that down. Our bad diplomatic reputation isn't going to help burn off our aggressive expansion. -40. Yeah, Europe is so rough for this. So many little countries that can hate you and build up against you. And they're all just a little bit more powerful than you think they are. What do we got? Pension for red dress. One of the local nobility in Sweden has so upset and mistreated his subjects that a delegation of peasants has come before the prince elected to ask for redress. Agreeing to this would be popular with the peasantry, but would be seen as an infringement on the authority of the nobility. Oof, we would lose prestige. We can't do that. You know what? Our troops are ready. We can take the rebellion. Okay. Go kill them. Re-siege that back. Fine. Awesome. Come hang out over here again. It's a big army we got. Not a lot of places it can sit and be okay. Okay, so I just noticed though, we have two forts side by side. This is not helpful for any purposes, really. So the question becomes, which one do we want? And I think we leave it here. Simply because... second thought, while we're thinking about this. Okay, there's no... I can't move the trade node. That's fine. I wasn't sure if there were bonuses to it being in the better province in the area. So I think we're going to remove the fort in Lubeck. Keep the fort here. Because the forts exercise a zone of control around them, so they protect each province next to them. Lubeck gets these 3 and would still let troops move down here. Now I don't own these, but one day when I own these, it would let troops walk around the fort if we were fighting with the north. With this fort, gets these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces protected by it, and troops won't be able to walk by it. So I think that's the better one. So we'll pull this one down. And that will help out income, because that's a bit of money. Our income's down to 0 right now because we have dead people, so they're paying extra to basically hire replacements. Yeah, now we have plus 2.8, which is decent. What tech do we got? Military tech. Great. Fantastic to be on top of it. Could offer savory our troops. Can only rent out 21 troops. I don't need the troops. How much money do you think they'd be willing to give me? Let's just try that. Avery. Get me 5.4 gold per turn. They can't afford to pay it, but they will be willing to accept it, but they can't afford to pay it. They can pay 3.26 gold per turn. Seems vastly underpaid for my troops' quality. What about tier? Where'd that button go? They can't pay much either. You know, I don't know if I've ever done this. I've seen this button a ton of times, and I don't think I've ever done it. I'm gonna try it. Even though they're gonna underpay for my army. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll be curious what they do. If they just sit there and get me money, then that's fine. I can live with that. Because they literally just sat the army down, and now they're paying me money. Unless they gave it back to me, did they? Like immediately? Oh no, they're renting it out. Interesting. A little confused by that, but that's okay. I think that's a good place to call this episode. Thank you everyone for watching, and in the next episode we will well, actually we'll probably just kind of keep going with what we're doing right now for another episode, because we just need to let things calm down and build back up, and then see who we have an opportunity to go to war. I'm seeing troops moving over here, so I'm wondering, is Poland at war? At war with Lucia, Austria, Gionis, and... Huh. So we're actually going to look and see if we have an opportunity to go to war with Poland. I don't know why my brain can't finish sentences at the end of this video, but regardless, let's call it there. See you in the next episode.